Welcome back to FrogComposband with our Demigod Warrior. Last time we finished off Troll Cave, we did a bit more of Angband and we did some quests, and then at the end of the last video we went down to Angband 98 to read our scrolls of acquirement, which was kind of risky, but we do have very good stealth and it worked out pretty well. So we got Ringil, which is a very nice weapon. We got this Ring of Speed +5 and this Wand of Regeneration. Go away. Let's drop off this other wand. Let's put on the Ring of Speed over our Ring of Combat. Right now, with our rapier, we're doing 379 with poison damage, and if we wear Ringil, we have 479 frost damage, 432 against evil, and 346 if it's not an evil monster that resists frost. And it also gives us +5 speed, free action, see invisible, regeneration, which is good. Now, let me figure out what I want to do. We could go finish Lonely Mountain, or we could do some quests. Or maybe we could go do the Mysterious Land of Oz. I think I'll do Oz just to show it off. I'll probably just dive to the bottom and kill the boss. Before I do that, I want to go to the archery store, Archer's Guild, and enchant my arrows or my bolts, because I expect that I can't remember exactly, but I think that the dungeon guardian for both Witchwood and Oz, which are alternating dungeons, both disenchant on hit. So I would prefer to kill them with ranged if possible. And that will be a lot easier now that we have a permanent +11 speed from our Ring of Speed and Ringil. Let's go do that. This dungeon, as well as Witchwood, they're all kind of open areas. I think it does use normal dungeon generation, or at least something close to it, but all of the rock walls are replaced with trees. So it's pretty easy just to make a beeline straight for the downstair, as long as you can find it. Lagduf the Snaga. We can kill him. And there was a price on his head. And he also dropped a nice cloak for us. Our current cloak is this elven cloak, which has served us well with that +2 stealth, but I would rather have the extra resistances and free action. No stairs, let's teleport. And here we go. The Wicked Witch of the Southeast guards this level. Not near us though. I will go away. I will just teleport around. I was saying in the last video that dungeons are getting dangerous enough that I don't want to just teleport around on unexplored levels, but I don't think I'm afraid of anything here. I'll just teleport around until I find... that's annoying. The Wicked Witch of the Southeast. There she is. Okay, I was wrong. She doesn't disenchant on hit, but she does drain charges. I think this is the first monster we've seen which drains charges. There is a Demigod mutation which prevents that from happening, which we don't have, but it's not a huge deal. I think we'll do enough damage to just power through and kill her anyway. And none of her spells I'm afraid of. This Lordrake. Probably rather kill him first. Let's go for speed. Actually, this is probably a good time to talk about speed as well. So, we're at plus 20 speed. If I look in the in-game help, whereabouts is it? Let's see, the speed system. And let's do this table. This table here shows you the effect of your speed. So the way that this game works is that every time you take an action, if it's a regular action, let's just use that as our example, that'll take 100 energy. And then every kind of game tick, you get back a certain amount of energy. So if you're at 0 speed and you take a regular action which costs 100 energy, you get back 10 energy per turn at 0 speed. So after 10 game ticks, you'll be able to make a move again. If you have plus 10 speed, you get twice as much energy. But if you have plus 20 speed, you have 1.5 times as much as at 10. So speed has diminishing returns. And in fact, it starts to drop off at plus 26. So at plus 26, you get back 36 energy a turn, but then at plus 27, you still get back 36, and there's actually no difference. So speed is important, but piling on speed becomes less important the more of it you have. If we take the Serpent as an example, he has plus 45 speed, so he's getting back 43 energy per turn. My goal for the end game is generally to have plus 24 speed unhasted, which puts me at 34 hasted. So the Serpent has 45. If I'm 34, then I only lose out 3 energy compared to his 43, which isn't a big deal. So he'll get double moves occasionally, but it works out in my experience. Yeah, I guess that's the little speed primer. I also haven't mentioned that the help files for this game are very in-depth and helpful. So they're definitely worth reading if you're new to the game, or even if you're not new and you're unfamiliar with how certain mechanics work. Anyway, back to the actual game. There she is. Okay. She does have Dispel Magic, which took away our speed buff, but we can just quaff it again. Darkness Storm didn't do much damage. I do resist darkness, I think. We double resist dark. Actually, I'll do a lot more damage if I just step next to her and hit her with Ringle. There we go. Easy. We're only 1 point off a strength increase, so let's just do that. These boots are nice. They have plus to devices on them, which lowers the fail rate of your devices, but excuse me. But our current boots are probably better. I'll pick them up anyway. Oh, we can't. Let's drop. What do we want to drop? Let's drop the cloak. Oh, we're gonna have to drop more stuff. Let's drop our mushrooms, we can buy more of those, and heroism we can also buy more of. And let's go back to Warren so that we get back to town quickly. Why am I carrying around these armors again? Nexus resistance and chaos. I might just drop off the Nexus one. If we see any Nexus monsters, we can just try to avoid them. Let's turn into Corpse of Lagdulf. More speed, which is always good. And let's drop off our Rapier and these boots. And also these Scrolls of Genocide. Scrolls of Genocide. These eliminate an entire class of monster. This means that if you're on a level and you read a Scroll of Genocide, it'll ask you for a monster glyph. So if you, for example, choose Z, it will remove all the hounds from the level, or it will attempt to. More powerful ones can resist it. It won't remove unique monsters. And Mass Genocide removes all monsters within a certain radius of you, regardless of their glyph. So that's useful if you're fighting something and it summons a whole bunch of stuff around you and you just want to get rid of it. But we don't have any use for them right now. Now, let's see. Let's do Lonely Mountain. Gore bag. Another Orc unique, which doesn't do anything. Usually you'd run into a lot of these guys if you had Orc Cave, but we had Troll Cave this time. Nah, stuff is out of charges. No big deal. Okay, another one which has charges. That was convenient. This crossbow would do more damage than our current one, I think, but this one also has +4 to stealth. So I'll keep our current one. And this shield, actually, what's our current shield? +2 con, resist light and reflection. The damage bonus on this isn't that good, and no +2 con. I think I mentioned it last time, but Lonely Mountain is, as you would expect, full of dragons, so it is a good place for grinding up levels and gear around the mid game, where the experience curve starts to kind of slow down a bit. In this game, if you know what you're doing, you can get from level 1 to level 30 in a couple of hours, but then once you hit 30, you slow down a fair bit. Bunch of energy hounds. I think we have enough resistance to not worry about them now. Yeah. These leprechaun monsters are pretty annoying because they breed explosively, and some of the later ones can be quite dangerous. Luckily we're pretty stealthy still, so he's unlikely to wake up and start breeding. This fireball We don't need a phase away anymore. It's not possible for him to destroy our staves with 72% resist fire. We do have 3 sources of free action now from Ringo. I think at 3 is where there's no further benefit. So 3 sources of free action is the same as 4 and up, I believe. You can still get paralyzed through Ancient Foul Curses, I think. But I'm going to try and avoid wearing anything with an Ancient Foul Curse on it unless it's really nice. Oh, okay. We've only got 1 source of resist acid. Let's see, our Staff of Teleport we just picked up was destroyed, but looks like that was it. So that was a bit stupid of me. Here's our first Ancient Dragon in Lonely Mountain, actually. I guess I should be steering clear of the acid ones, given that I only have 1 source of that, but the rest are fair game. We really need a better rod. Oh, that was quick. Okay. Smaug the Golden. We could pretty easily kill Smaug. We do a lot of damage to him with Ringo. And we have a lot of resist fire. So I think I will just try and kill him. Although I will go up and rest to get our Rod of Detection charges back before I... Okay, he's not near us. Oh, that guy can tunnel through the wall. Let's just confuse him. He also hits to shatter, which means he causes earthquakes. This is actually kind of dangerous. I shouldn't be fighting all these giants. Let's just teleport away. Getting real sick of all these devices not having any charges. Here's a couple of uniques. King Koopa, we can kill him very easily. He only has fire as a breath attack. He does hit to poison, but that's no biggie. And then this guy, Gazak the Ogre Tyrant, I think he's a bit tougher, but he should go down pretty easily as well. So let's go kill them. Yep, there we go. He dropped some more poison bolts for us, which is nice. Let's drop these plain ones. Oh, we forgot about heroism. Doesn't really matter. We do have 2 sources of fear resistance. Oh yeah, so we do have... I think I said it in an earlier video. I didn't check, but I'm pretty sure it's at level 30. As a warrior, you get fear resistance. You can see there that one of our sources of fear resistance is under the @ sign, which means that we get it from either our race or our class, and it's our class in this case. Let's see if we can kill these ogre mages. Yep, good. He does throw boulders. We have charge resistance. Still hurts though. Let's phase away and then heal up. Great Crystal Drake. These ones are quite dangerous if you don't have charge resistance, and even if you do have charge resistance, they can still hurt. He's probably not going to wake up though before we can get to him. Phase away again. Okay, this is some sort of little vault, special room. Can I confuse him? No. He's not going down as easily as I would like. There we go. And he dropped the Incandescent Light of Edison, which I won't wear. What does Galadriel give us? We can illuminate rooms with this, and it has dark resistance on it, which I prefer, I think, over an aura of fire and electricity. These auras damage monsters that hurt you, which can be helpful in the early game, but not really at this point, especially when a lot of the more dangerous monsters will resist fire and electricity anyway. That's annoying. This guy breathed plasma and burnt up some unidentified scrolls as well as an unidentified staff. Another armor of the imp with resist chaos on it. We've already got a swap for resist chaos. Oh yeah, we forgot to buy mushrooms with cure poison as well, which is something I always try and remember to carry. At the moment, if we got breathed on for a lot of poison, the only option we would have would be to quaff curing, which would work given that we have potion chugger and we can quaff curing in half the time. But I think I will recall to town, drop off some stuff and buy some stuff. What else did I want? Heroism. I don't have it. At this point, actually I'll drop, no, I'll drop. I'll check the black market first. At this point, now that I have all of the towns and I'm not very concerned about money, if a store doesn't have what I want, I can just teleport to some other town and check that store out. It's unlikely that none of the stores will have what you want. And actually, while we're here, maybe we can do the next quest, the vault. Our stealth is still decent. Question of feeling, I'll buy that. Another ring of speed. I won't buy that one because I like having the confusion resistance from this ring. I think that's our only source, yeah. So the vault is a quest where the goal is to go into the quest level and find Sting. And it's full of monsters. So Sting is in one of these 4 quadrants. You don't know which one. All of them except the ones that are always awake. All of these monsters are asleep at the moment, which is why it's nice to have good stealth when you're doing this quest. Probably the best way of doing this is to be stealthy, fast, and just try and get in and out as fast as you can. So rather than waste time walking over to these Sting candidates, I'll just teleport, and that'll probably put us close to one. Smeagol as well. I think Smeagol has, it's like a 1 in 666 chance of dropping the Ring of Power, but he didn't do it that time, unfortunately. Although even if he did drop it, I wouldn't wear it at this point. It would probably end up killing me. There was a Q enemy. There he is. Good. Ah, I forgot again. All he did that time was destroy 1 scroll, so that wasn't that bad. Potion of Giant Strength. Here we go. If I didn't have Ringle already, I would probably wear Sting, because it's a pretty good weapon. We can get out of here and check out what it's actually like. Logros Master. Time for our... Actually, it's probably safer just to teleport him away. I was gonna... Oh. Teleport him away again. He's very persistent. I was gonna say we should swap to our Armor of Elvenkind for the Chaos Resistance, but teleporting him away is easier. Let's see, Ringil, 452 versus Evil. Sting, yeah, it's not as good. Sting is quite a good weapon though. And it is the second quest in that line, so you can get it pretty quickly. I guess one strategy is to just immediately make a beeline for this town and do that quest in hopes of getting Sting without dying. The next quest I think is Barrow Downs. Yeah, this quest is also worth doing because you're guaranteed to find the Cloak of Mary, or if you've already found the Cloak of Mary, it'll be a random artifact generated based on the Cloak of Mary. And the Cloak of Mary is a good artifact because it has confusion resistance and I think +1 speed. We can just go do that right now and I can show it off. There's nothing too dangerous in this quest. The most annoying thing about this one actually is going around and checking out all the loot afterwards, because these whites drop a lot of stuff. If you're not careful with these whites, actually, they can lower your experience. And with enemies that lower your experience, if they drain your experience enough, they can level up into a more dangerous monster. So you have to be careful for that, I guess. And here's the Cloak of Mary. 1 dex speed, stealth searching, -1 to strength, resist confusion. So that's not bad. More crap we need to drop. We picked up a potion of charisma at some point, let's just drink that. There are also some guaranteed potions of healing down in these corner rooms. Let's just drop the potion of giant strength, I'm never going to use that. Artifact axe. This has vampiric on it, which is nice. but I don't think it will do enough damage to be worth bothering with. Those scrolls of summon pet usually give you a pet based on your race. I was curious to see what it would give us since we're a demigod, and it turns out that we're closely related to dragonflies. This Rod of Detection, because it dropped from a monster, is probably better than our current one which we got from a quest. The items you actually, I don't think it is. The items you get from quests are kind of the base average sort of that item. So if you get a device, it's usually not as good as ones that drop randomly from monsters, but in that case it turned out that it was better. This shield also has reflection. We don't have resist light or con from it, but we do have another source of resist light, and I would rather have the resist acid that this gives us. So let's wear that. Is it worth hanging on to that mirror shield? Probably not. Just leave it. Again, I can press H to auto travel to interesting things. Actually, right there, that Barrow White attacked us. He drained our life, and then he evolved into an Emperor White. So that's what I was talking about earlier. They can drain your life and evolve into a more powerful monster. This one of, Stone Tomato is better than our current one. So let's drop that, pick up that. And it's also a Wand of Resistance, which means it can't be destroyed. Missing anything? Nope. I did say that I was going into that quest pretty much just to show off the Cloak of Mary, but our current cloak gives us resistance to electricity, fire and cold, and I'm about to fight Smaug, so I'd rather have the resist fire. Let's just drop it off at home. And these potions of healing. And that's probably it. Actually, I'll drop the one of Vampirism. Vampirism ones are kind of interesting. They permanently reduce the max health of a monster. If you have a lot of patience, you can use that to slowly whittle down a unique monster over time. But since we're such a beefy warrior, I don't think we'll ever need to do that. We can just hit things until they die. Actually, before I head back down to Lonely Mountain, let's pick up this Potion of Enlightenment. And then we can just quaff it as soon as we get there. Also I should restore our stats because our life got a little bit drained. There we go. Ancient Gold Dragon I want to definitely stay away from. I don't resist sound. And he can breathe sound for 255 damage, which could two-shot us. So let's avoid him. Implorington. This is a unique thief monster. He's wanted in Anambar, I think. If you kill him and turn in his corpse, they give you 25,000 gold for it. He can steal an item, which is very annoying. If I can just avoid him, that's probably what I'll do. We do have mushrooms of cure poison, so I can fight this guy. Oh yeah, and I keep on forgetting that we actually do have resist poison from our boots. Even with resist poison though, you should always be carrying mushrooms of cure poison. And after saying that I wanted to steer clear of him, Florington looks like we're heading right his way. Maybe we can just kill him. He is asleep. It's haste, heroism. He blinked away. That was probably him casting the acid bowl on us. Yep. That staff of confused monsters is a lot better than our current one. Yeah. Okay, he teleported us away that time, which is another annoying thing he can do. Actually, I think I'll cough this resistance because that acid is pretty annoying. Okay, there we go. He's dead. And he didn't really drop anything that made it worth it. There's no way that these scrolls of enchant weapon are going to affect Ringil or our crossbow. Do we have any... I think there is a chance they can affect these bolts. Didn't work that time though. I'm having a hard time tracking down Smaug, which is unusual. Usually I run into him right away. Artifact ring. Not that great. Better rod of recall, so let's drop our current one and pick up that. We're hearing doors burst open. I think that might be Smaug coming towards us. Annoyingly, okay, good. Yep, it is him. Our rod of detection only has 2 charges, and I keep on running out of them. So here's Smaug. He's not very dangerous, honestly, to this character. I think he'll go down very quickly. Let's go off speed, resist heat, heroism. Yep, he's dead. Let's increase con. We had a dex limit of 1870, so that probably won't increase by a full point if I choose to increase that. And Smaug always drops the Arkenstone of Thrain, which I want. So let's wear that. Let's drop our food, pick up the file so we can put it back at home. But is this ring identical to the one that we already have? No, it's a little bit better. This one gives us free action as well. I said before that more than 3 sources of free action doesn't matter, but it's still worth picking up this ring over our current run let me start again. It's still worth picking up this ring over our current one because now we can lose one of these other items that have free action on it. Like for example, if we wanted to swap out our cloak for another cloak that didn't have free action, we'd still have 3 sources of free action. So yeah, that ring is worth swapping out. So Smaug is dead. There's nothing really more to do here, but I might just check out this bottom right area. See what's over here. This Rod of Detection, man. Nothing is over here. Ancient Red Dragon, we can kill him. Alright, let's go back. So we had a very easy time in that dungeon, which is not the case for every character. What do we want to do now? We could do more of Angband. The last level Guardian was at dungeon level 36. So currently, if we were to recall to Angband, we'd end up at level 98, which is not something I want to do if I can avoid it. We do have scrolls of reset recall in our home, and if you read those you can reset what dungeon level that you are recalling to. So we could reset that to 36 and go from there. If you don't have any of those, the alternative is to just walk back over to Angband and just dive down from level 1 again. We could maybe do Snow Castle, I think. Let's do Snow Castle, or at least get a start on it. Nothing I really want there. We should drop off this other stuff of Confused Monsters. Anything else we want to drop? Not really. Actually, we can drop the Illumination Rod. I didn't talk about what you can do. So the Arkenstone resist light, resist dark, see invisible, hold life, which is nice, but it also has this activation Clairvoyance, which is like a Potion of Enlightenment. So we don't really need to carry this Staff of Enlightenment either. The annoying thing about this is that you can't really dive with it because it takes a long time to recharge. But it is worth using if you're in the deeper dungeons where you don't really want to dive anyway. You want to light up the level, clear it, and then move on to the next floor. And by the time you've done that, it'll have recharged anyway. Let's quickly check Black Market. And I don't know. It's probably not worth buying Potions of Intelligence. More intelligence is good, even if you're a warrior, because it improves your device skill. Annoyingly there, I got hungry. And I could have kept on going, but then I would have been starving, and I would have had to recall to town anyway before I actually got to the dungeon. So I just did it right away. While we're here, we can check out this as well. I don't think that has changed since last time we looked. Oh, actually I might need levitation to even enter Snow Castle. I can't remember. Do I have levitation? No. Yeah, I might not be able to enter it. That's annoying. I stumbled on something interesting, but I went to the overworld, and when I went back it wasn't here anymore. Someone mentioned in a comment on a previous video that overworld stuff can spawn like that. So sometimes when you're walking along with the overworld, you'll get that message. You see something interesting, and it'll either be an overworld vault, which is kind of like a special room, or I think it can also be a random dungeon. which I've never actually explored any of those. So if one pops up, I'll try and remember to go into it. Okay, can we move? We can't go through glaciers, but we can go through these icy slopes. Did it say where? Further east. Can't see it yet? No. If this is too... Okay, good. This is getting kind of annoying. In fact, it's too annoying. I'm just going to go back to town and get our boots. There we go. Actually, I should buy these. Did that restock in the time that it took me to take one step? And I thought there were 2 potions of resistances there, but maybe I went crazy. And let's buy that scroll of teleport level as well. The Staff of Telepathy. I don't usually bother with these. The duration is so short, and on a staff, you run out of charges really quickly. Maybe that's actually worth carrying, but I won't bother with it. Alright, let's go again. 3rd time's a charm. Much easier. It might be worth keeping these boots on even inside the dungeon. I think there are some features in this dungeon which levitation lets you avoid. Also, this dungeon is entirely made out of ice and you can't dig through it with a wand of stone to mud. I can dig through it though, I think, with this wand of fireball. Yeah. Like that. Maybe I should have brought my Staff of Enlightenment, because I am just diving and it would be handy. Well, we've got 4 sources of resist cold, which is pretty good. There's a lot of cold themed monsters in this dungeon, as you would expect from a dungeon named Snow Castle. And here's our quest level, guarded by 10 lesser titans. These guys hit to confuse, and they summon monsters. The summon monsters is the dangerous bit. We are faster than them though, and we also have a source of confusion with 15 charges. Actually, that's pretty good. They shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. I kind of want to just let him... This is why I like Enlightenment, so I can see the level layout. I thought that guy would be able to path over to me. It looks like he's stuck behind this dwarf. A wanted dwarf. So let's kill him. I can see the Titan right now though, so I'll use the staff. I don't see that in the message. Did the Titan... Okay, I guess the Titan didn't get hit by that at all. There we go. This Barbarian Talisman has anti-magic on it, which I think is the first time we've seen this. Anti-magic is good on any class which doesn't use magic abilities like a warrior. I think it really boosts your saving throw. At the moment our saving throw is excellent, 67. If we put this on, we are at heroic. I don't want to wear this one though because it also prevents teleportation. So let's swap back to our amulet. So, no. It's kind of convenient, although not for us. We're in Giants, or not Giants Hole, but the equivalent dungeon for that, where lots of giants spawn and these arrows of slay giants. Unfortunately, we're not using a bow. I might just sit here and wait for our Arc and Stone to recharge. There we go. Actually, I think what you can do with an item you want to know when it's recharged, I think it might be that. I'll have to double check that afterwards. There's something you can inscribe it with to make the game alert you when it recharges, so that if you're sitting there waiting like I was, the game will actually stop you when that item is fully recharged. Let's just quaff this right now because I always forget to use these. Can this... 3 of them coming. They're stuck behind something. I wonder if I can wake that guy up. Not from here. Yeah, whatever. As long as he doesn't summon anything bad, I'm good. And none of them summoned anything, so that worked out. I have had to abandon this quest before and fail it because one of the Titans summoned something that I wasn't prepared to deal with. I think they summoned Baba Yaga, which is an ogre unique who can't be teleported away. So she's really annoying. How many we have left? 5 left. I've been picking up some artifacts as we've gone along, and the reason for that is that you can reforge artifacts, but it's not really worth picking up ones that don't have a high score, because when you do get to the stage where you're reforging stuff, you only really want to reforge high value artifacts. I typically pick up every artifact I come across, but in a situation like this where I'd have to start dropping things to pick it up, it's not worth a whole lot, so I think I'll just leave it. And there we go. We got to see him summoning. Looks like he summoned while he was still out of line of sight, which is interesting. Ooh, and he summoned, one of them summoned a unique it looks like they might continue summoning things while they're trapped behind all these monsters, so I'm just going to teleport away. What does this guy do? Frost damage, which we resist a lot, and he can hit you. I think we can take him down. Actually, he's doing a lot of damage. Okay, I think we got him now. Yep. Can these titans get to us? We do sense trolls and giants from Ringil. Actually, we sense giants as well from, what is it? Our crossbow, looks like. There's one of them, he resisted, he's confused, good. Let's try and confuse the other one. Well, he turned the tables on us and confused us instead. I'm going to speed first. Ooh, that was a lot. Oh my god, I was just talking about this before, where I had to abandon this quest because Baba Yaga was summoned. You know what? It's not worth it. I'm abandoning. Abandoning a quest means that you fail it, which means that you take a hit to your fame, but I would rather take the hit to my fame than die, or waste a lot of consumables trying to clear out all these guys. So, whatever. That's annoying, but in the long run it won't matter. I think to finish off and wash the taste of failure out of my mouth, I'll go do some rounds in the arena, boost my self-esteem. Let's drop off this stuff and put on our boots again. Yep, put them on, drop this. Is this restocked? No. What was the quest over here? Old Watchtower. We can do this one now as well. We have Hold Life from the Arkenstone. So let's do a little bit of arena and then we can do that quest. And then I think I'll call it there. Etten. I'll go pick up our Ring of Shards resistance before I fight him. Let's check out the black market, more speed. And actually we should buy a couple of mushrooms so that we can heal out of cuts if we get any. Ah, I should be wearing the ring as well. Okay, he didn't even throw anything. Another scroll of enchant weapon, which will not work because all of our stuff is... Wow, we're having a difficult time reading that. All of our stuff is already highly enchanted. So yep, failed. Let's back on this ring. What's next? Vampire Lord. We're going to fight one of these in the Old Watchtower quest. So this can be a kind of trailer. He went down pretty easily. Yeah, so this rod of detection is the same as the one that you get from doing a quest. It's kind of like the base rod of detection that you get. So it'll be identical to the one we already have. We might as well pick it up, just in case we lose our current one somehow. I need the dinosaur. I think he breathes Nexus. This might be a good time to go grab our Nexus armor. Or we might not fight him at all. Okay, he doesn't. He breathes Chaos. We can fight him. We do have that Armor of Elvenkind we can swap in for Chaos Resistance. And we resist poison from our boots. Let me drop off a couple things. And then we'll fight him. Drop off that and drop off that. Let's swap our armor before we go in. We have cure poison mushrooms, so that's all fine. Breathe toxic waste. Poisonous 117, eat a mushroom. Oh, he also steals money. Okay. There we go, he's dead. And he drops a scroll of genocide. What's next? Gru, we can kill Gru. Gru just hits hard. Yeah. What's he drop? Mundanity. These scrolls are the only way of removing permanently cursed items. For example, that rune sword we saw a little while ago. If you do wield a rune sword and then you get sick of it and want to ditch it, the only way to get rid of it is to read the scroll of mundanity on it. And what this scroll does is it turns any item from an item with stats and resistances and stuff into a regular plain item. So it would turn a plus whatever rune sword with all your slays and stuff on it into a +0 sword, I think. Meteor, I'll carry that, that's a good damage one. Iron Leech is where I'll stop for now. This is a pretty dangerous monster. Breathes a lot of fire damage. Well, actually, maybe I could kill it. I don't know. I might be able to kill that, actually. You know what? Let's live dangerously. Let's go for it. Confused? Oh, okay. We shouldn't have lived dangerously. I forgot to buy... Okay, good. We're not confused. I shouldn't have come in here without mushrooms of pure confusion. But it looks like we did manage to kill it. And he dropped a potion of new life, which is the first one we've seen. I won't quaff this at the moment. We don't have room to carry it. Let's drop these mushrooms of fast recovery. Actually, let's drop the food. Greater Titan. Greater Titan. We already had trouble against the Lesser Titan. It is the arena, and the most dangerous thing about them, they're summoning, they can't do in there, but I don't want to fight him at the moment. Let's drop off the new life, and mundanity, and genocide. Yeah. Let's restore our intelligence and go to Old Watchtower. The reward for this quest is another Wonder Van Prism, which I've already talked about. All these vampires will go down pretty easily. We slay undead for 592 damage with Ringu. This dagger has genocide on it as an activation, which is very interesting. I wonder if I should pick that up. If you wanted to, you could pick this up and kind of be a little bit scummy and genocide everything that was dangerous every time you went into a level, and then go up a floor, wait for it to recharge, go down and do it again. But I don't know, that's kind of a boring way to play, so I'll leave it. Another shards resist. I don't really care about warning or sense giants, I'll just leave that. And there we go, we've completed that quest. I don't think I've showed this yet. You can recall out of quests, which, I mean, there's no point here because the stairs were right there, but I might as well show it off. And I think I'll call it here. So what did we get up to? We finished off the Plains of Oz and Lonely Mountain. We then went to Snow Castle and suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of the lesser titans. And then we went and beat up some stuff in the arena to make ourselves feel better. Let's turn in the quest. Vamp Prison, and the next one is the Cloning Pits. I don't really like this quest. I'll probably do it at some point just so I can show it off, but I usually never bother with it. I won't be doing it for a while in any case. I'm just going to ditch this wand. Alright, let's call it there. See you next time.